For time they actually find each other in the bracket.
Times of under 7 minutes for B. We're really hoping for some lights out under 7 matches.
Part of it, otherwise players, yeah, they are going to try their best to play with whatever going to be very dependent on the boards.
And also note that her timer a little bit faster. Currently, she's contending with
double red. The red will not benefit. Work with a very high top line right now, but he's trying to bring it down.
With those and take some drop time, but he's managing it pretty well. Again, the timer issue makes the numbers not tell the story.
He managed to get out of level 6 at 138. Fantastic time.
And Bidwell had a really nice L at the bottom for those blues, which he's going to get with a horizontal here, and just needs a couple of reds and he's out.
Beautiful. That double red is going to help to get him out at 151 from level 6, which is also a great time.
We're really hoping for times close to 130, but the next couple of levels are not as RNG dependent, although they still are. I mean, but you know, there can be a lot more finesse there. Sarah, meanwhile, is really digging into this board. It is sloping high on the right there, but she's taking care of things.
Yeah, Bidwell meanwhile trying to figure out how to drop that right side, because he had mostly yellow viruses on the top line, and yeah, I mean, usually you don't get that many pills of one color, so you're going to be stuck trying to either playing around whatever you have, or just making some garbage, as it happened on Bidwell's right side, but he's managing to clear it up very nicely.
Right. Bidwell is a score attack player. He's really awesome with combos. I mean, he can set up these epic things, and he hasn't been able to get that style going as much in these earlier levels. But Sarah's going to have to take some time dropping things, drilling down, although now she's pretty much clear there, and that double yellow really helps.
Oh yeah, definitely. You whenever you're working from below, if you don't have exactly 3 spaces, then you're looking for those doubles that will just clear everything very nicely. Sarah's out of level 8 at 327.
And she had this great strategy. She had something up high, and she took care of it last. That's always a great move. So even if you're hung up on something at the beginning, you can just wait for it until the end and be smart about that. Currently, her game, you know, she doesn't have a lot of use for blue. Mostly red is what she needs, but she's going to take care of it. Meanwhile, Bidwell looks a little bit stuck here. He's got a lot of garbage, some opportunities to get out of it with horizontals, and a nice sideways T there. Sweet T.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, and Bidwell just trying to work with whatever he manages to pull out of the hands of Mario there. Yeah, it's not the nicest seed, but yeah, sometimes that's what the game gives you. But that was a nice combo just to clean up a little bit that left side.
Meanwhile, Sarah just had a monster horizontal, and she is taking some drop time up at the top. She had a really reds, and it looks like she might be going for a horizontal in row 3 as well. She gets it. Meanwhile, Bidwell does a really nice garbage clear clear to drop into clearing his last two. He's out at about a 437.
Sarah just mostly dependent on red right now, but she should be out of level 8 very quickly. Meanwhile, Bidwell is quite behind, so he's going to have to just play as aggressive as possible. That's all he's got left at this point if he wants to try and catch up Sarah.
And Sarah's out at about a 5:08. Excellent time. She has the possibility for a sub 7 if her level 9 is good. Both players are playing on high speed, and so both of them prefer that high speed game.
Yeah, and you're going to, well, it depends really on your playstyle and really how fast you can make some decisions. I mean, both the high and medium are the speeds that players go for. But high gives you the advantage of if you don't want to press down too much, then yeah, you can just let the peel fall and it will be much faster. But yeah, both strategies are perfectly fine. Yeah, Sarah almost out of yellow viruses, only the ones that are very buried. So right now she doesn't need any yellow.
Mm-hmm. She has just a ton of red going. Looks like Bidwell is working on, he got all those blues done, and now just reds and a couple yellows. Has to watch out for maybe not dropping that row of horizontal yellows. Sometimes you can just forget what you're doing there, but looks good. Just a couple more and he's out at 621.
Yeah, but that's a little bit later than you would expect to get out of level 8. But he's trying to close the gap as much as possible. Right now, it's about 20 viruses left. But Sarah has to deal with that left side, which has a lot of peels on top of some viruses there and in the bottom.
Bidwell just got a really nice combo dropping to some horizontal blues. The blues that he has on his board are now all garbage. Not a lot of space to work with red, but he's getting some good RNG here. Sarah is giving him, she's giving him a little leeway here because she's got to dig out, but she's actually in pretty good shape to do that.
Yeah, most of her garbage is actually yellow, and the only yellow that's left on her board is really that virus on the right side. So having a chance to play with other peels just to dig out the last remaining viruses. But Bidwell really putting the pedal to the metal, just try and catch up. Really, it's just whatever time Sarah has to go for that. And Sarah will be down.
She is out at a 753. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
she did have a misdrop towards the end, but she was able to build from underneath. That's what we like to see, and the freedom that you have when you are ahead and you have not too much on your board.
Yeah, definitely. When you are just playing for that last one virus, then yeah, you have a chance to go in different ways. And yeah, Bidwell realizes that Sarah has won, so 1-0 for Sarah. This is the game that Bidwell wants to win if he wants to stay alive to go for a decider.
Mm-hmm. It is best out of 3. So people in the chat, if you don't see the crown, instantly, don't worry about it. We're working on it. And we are just about ready for the second game. We're waiting on a ready from Sarah. And she's got to restart her timer as well.
There we go. We're ready. It's only Sarah that has to let us know that she wants to start.
Now the question is she going to keep up the trend of sweeps, or are we going to see a 2-1 match? What do you think?
I mean, knowing these two, I think they might take us to a decider. Really, they are very evenly matched. I mean, even the fact that they are just in seats 7 and 8 and 9 shows exactly this. And we have a countdown: 3, 2, 1, and we should be off now.
Excellent. And there's about a 1.5 second difference between them this time, so much easier to count the viruses.
Yeah,
So both.
oh,
Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say I like Sarah's board because she had a lot of different colors on the top line. Bidwell's is a little bit like spiky on some columns, so that's going to take some drop time.
And with Bidwell, he's always setting things up. He's always working on those combos, like for example, working on that sandwich there with the blue and dropping the red. So if the virus count gets a little bit lopsided, Bidwell could be setting some things up. But yeah, it is spiky, whereas Sarah's board is a lot lower, although she does have that slope to the side. Not much she can do with those two blues.
Yeah, she's probably going to have to take care of them one by one because building to reach them might require some very specific pills. Oh, okay, well, she goes for it nonetheless. Bidwell just really needing a lot of red, not a lot of the other colors available for him to play with. Sarah has really one of each at this point.
And Bidwell does have this blue opportunity for horizontal, which he did block for a second, but I think he knew that he had the time to do that. Meanwhile, Sarah just needs a couple of reds to be out. But Bidwell's got some spires to work through. She is out at a 137.
Yeah, and okay, I think he's going to drop that horizontally perfect just to have that little bit of red pill to just drop on top of the virus. So with 3 more pills, there we go. Bidwell is out under 2 minutes at 152, so that's a great time.
Meanwhile, I think the chat just got a payout from any predictions they made last night. So for those of you who rooted for me, I appreciate it, and there go your channel points.
Yeah, we like betting our fake currency.
All right, so go ahead.
No. I was going to say that Sarah has a bit of a funnel there on her board. Meanwhile, Bidwell catching up very nicely at this point. Only that left side that has a couple of yellows. It's going to require to start dropping down some pills there.
And Bidwell does have a lot of red blocking things, like those 2 lined up. Unclear. It's always unclear whether you're going to try to take a horizontal path or a vertical, but it looks like he's knocking them out vertically. Yeah. Meanwhile, Sarah looks like she's going for some horizontals on the bottom. A little bit tricky because if she drops the blue, the yellows that she has in place will also drop, but she's taking care of it.
Yep, she's trying to figure out a way to maintain that horizontal alive. And I think she was going to talk that, but she didn't manage to do it. And now she's going to have to dig out that blue, which will give Bidwell the time just to try and catch up.
Right, and I think he just had a mistuck that he turned into a 2-way option there. But now it is basically neck and neck, and she's out at a 334.
Well, it's 4 seconds behind a 338, so this is very close at this point. Oh, Bidwell.
And misdrop.
Oh.
Yes, but already cleared it out. Meanwhile, Sarah going to town. It's about a 10 virus lead right now, but again, in level 9, with RNG, the tides can turn very quickly.
I mean, after what we saw yesterday, if some players can get just times around 1 minute, then anything is possible in level 9. So it's not over until you get to level 9 and just end with all the viruses there.
I don't think we're seeing the traditional Bidwell style. I don't know if you agree with that. But he hasn't been dropping as many of the combos, and I think part of it is the shape of his boards.
Yeah, it's been very weird boards where he doesn't have the chance to just maneuver around some colors, or rather to have he needs very specific pills in some instances just to try and get something going, and you never want to be in that situation. So I think he's trying to just open up his board as much as possible to get something going.
Meanwhile, if he's able to set up horizontal blues in row 3, he's going to make a beautiful drop to clear every single yellow there. It looks like he sees that opportunity. Yes, there we go.
Yeah, beautiful. That's a beautiful way. Yeah, if you have some pills that are already working for something that's below, then you want to just get that combo. Oh, and we get a Bidwell hop there. He knows he had a nice level 8.
Meanwhile, Sarah's already working on her level 9. She's kind of got 3 areas going right now, which could work out, could give you a lot of options, but I think it looks like she's going to be taking a bunch of drop time here.
Yeah, and on that right side, she has a lot of blue, like on a staircase, or, well, at least what's on top line. So she needs very specific pills to, well, not create much garbage there.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Bidwell's has got to work on a misflip in the middle of his board, and now he's tidied that up. Great garbage management for Sarah.
Yeah, Bidwell just had a fat lock there on the left side, so beautiful. Just trying to get clears, try to catch up. I think he knows he's behind right now, and he needs to just try his best. But Sarah is not letting go either.
Yeah, she is playing great right now. This is, these are the times we're used to seeing from her and Bidwell, as a matter of fact. And so I'm wondering if she is possibly going to hold out for a double blue. She didn't get it, but that would have been a great tee. And
yeah, but she's going to get the 2
done.
blues. And she wins, takes this, also another sweep there, 2-0.